All right, happy Thanksgiving, ladies and gentlemen, to those of you that celebrate. Hopefully you had some good food, hung around with some good people, and had a good time. Or you didn't, I don't know your lives. Me personally, I had a pretty good Thanksgiving, had some good food. Well, the food was a little subpar, but anytime I get to spend with my family and my sons is good enough for me. What I'm not thankful for is the Miami Dolphins and the way they've performed tonight. There's still a minute to go. Tua's still out there. It's 4th down and 5. He's taking the snap. I'm holding my breath. He converts to Jonnu Smith. I was just hoping this game ends, man. Please get Tua off this field. This offensive line was atrocious tonight. And this is going to be a little bit of an old style video, because I didn't write down anything like I have been this year. Usually I'll write little cliff notes. Not today. Not tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I just kind of watched most of this game with a blank stare, knowing exactly what was coming for us. Honestly, I feel bad for those of you that got excited for this, thinking that the narrative was going to be killed. Tua played all right, but listen, I'm not about that cold weather narrative. I don't give a damn. It ain't about the cold weather. What it's about is when the Miami Dolphins have to play teams that are actually good. Has nothing to do with the weather. Maybe a little bit the weather, but let me run through this for you, all right? 2020, Tua's rookie season. The Miami Dolphins are in a win-and-in situation in Buffalo, and they give up 56 points to Josh Allen and also whoever the hell the backup was at the time, and they missed the playoffs. The following season, in 2021, the Miami Dolphins, oh no, Tua, go down! Jesus Christ, please get him off the field. Just end this fucking game, for the love of God. 19, 18, 17, come on. Please, don't take another snap. All right, it looks like we're calling it. Let's call it, boys. 8 seconds to go. We're going to take one more snap. Tua drops back, throws, complete, and tackled, and that is the end of the game. All right. At least Tua stayed healthy. Anyway, in 2021, the Miami Dolphins went on a 7-game win streak, and they were the talk of the football world. With a chance to keep their playoff hopes alive in Week 16, they lost 34-3 to the Tennessee Titans. The following season, 2022, McDaniel's first season as head coach, the Miami Dolphins were 8-3, and once again, the talk of the football world. This team is possibly going to be a Super Bowl contending team. And then the Dolphins go on to crumble, and they would only win one more game against the lowly Jets and then lose in the first round of the playoffs. The following season after that, 2023, the Miami Dolphins are once again the talk of the football town. They're a contender this time. Then they have to go play in Baltimore against the Ravens with a chance to clinch the AFC East. They once again give up 56 points and lose to Baltimore. And then they would lose the next game to the Bills. And they would ultimately be eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. And this season, the Miami Dolphins, Tua gets concussed. He comes back. He's balling. It looks like we're back. We come up to this game against the Green Bay Packers, the first real test for the Miami Dolphins since the winning streak. And, well, lo and behold, the Miami Dolphins get their asses kicked. Don't let that scoreboard fool you. That defense couldn't stop a goddamn nosebleed. All right? The amount of missed tackles, it just looked like these guys didn't want to tackle. I mean, every time they dump it off to their tight end, there was one play, it was one of our linebackers, man. He did not want to have to tackle that guy, and he got ran over, resulted in a first down. So many plays, that Josh Jacobs play, he gets free, gets a huge run after the catch. No one wants to tackle him. I mean, this boils down to what the Miami Dolphins are, and that is a finesse team. They're all finesse. There's no physicality. And I get that the running numbers are good sometimes, but it's not because they're running down their throat. It's because they're finding ways to fool the defense and use their brain. But when it comes to actual practical football, hard nose, in the elements, against a tough team that's going to try and punch you in the mouth, the Miami Dolphins are not made for that. They haven't been made for that since the dawn of my existence 26 years ago. Will that change? Not under Chris Grier. It's not going to change. They're all names. It's all flash. And that's what we are. That's where we're at with this football team. The Miami Dolphins just got their asses kicked for 3 hours on Thanksgiving. I truthfully do feel bad for the people all over Twitter who are just, they're broken over this, man. They're hurting. My advice to you is to just look the other way. All right, just eat some leftovers, have some booze. It's all right. I get it, but this team, I mean, if you've been watching this team for 5+ years, I mean, I've been watching them way longer than that, but if you've been watching them for at least some time, you knew exactly what was coming. You weren't coming into this thing with any expectations of the Dolphins finding a way to win this game. All right? I mean, even beyond the times that I mentioned early in the video, how many times have the Miami Dolphins went on some sort of small tear? And there'll be the talk on ESPN for a couple weeks. Is this team actually good, or is it a facade? And then they got the Patriots or whatever team is good coming up at the time that they're getting all this hype. And the game is getting hyped up, and then you wait for the game, and then it kicks off, and instantly there was no hope. And this is just another instance of that. The Dolphins play good on defense to start the game. Force a punt, you muff the punt, Packers get the ball, it's over. It's already over. You lost the game right then and there. And everyone knew it. I knew it. The whole fan base knew it. So, what's a positive we could look at? Our guy Tua, man, he did his best Dak Prescott impersonation, getting those garbage yards at the end. I'm just kidding a little bit. Tua had a pretty good game. I can't hate on Tua. He took some shots there. He stayed upright. He had 365, 2 tuds, no picks. Listen, he continues going on a tear since his concussion. So, I mean, what do you want me to say? All right, when he first got back or before he got back, I was banging on the table thinking that there's no way we're going into next year with Tua. Now I'm kind of at a place where I'm like, we got to get rid of Chris Grier. We got to get rid of Chris Grier. And I don't care if this team goes on to make the playoffs. You got to get rid of Chris. He's just not a good GM. The problem with this team is that it was built like a basketball team. All these names. And I get it. Tyreek is a good player, but you got Tyreek. You got Odell Beckham. You got Jalen Ramsey. It's just all these big names. And the best teams aren't all big names. If you haven't noticed, you might have a really good quarterback. You might even have a good receiver, or, you'll have good players, but you're not a team based on names. For example, if the Kansas City Chiefs, their starting D tackle goes down, they're going to lose some depth there, but they're still going to be serviceable at that position because the coaching is going to bring it up and their depth is going to bring it up. The Dolphins are not a depth-heavy team. It's not how they're built, and that continues to show. The offensive line, man, awful. But that's pretty much all the energy I could expend on the Miami Dolphins today. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. I got a long weekend ahead of me. Got a hockey tournament Saturday. And I ate so much goddamn food today, man. Jesus Christ, it hurts. I'm scared to take off my flannel because I don't want to see my gut just come wumboing over my pants because I know what I've done. And what I've done is not good for my physical well-being. But, I hope some other people could share with me in that sentiment. I love Thanksgiving, man. Love it. I love so much better than Christmas. And people are going to hate on me for this, but you know why Thanksgiving is the best holiday? Because the corporations aren't capitalizing. All right. In Thanksgiving, you get some food, and sure, yeah, you got to pay for the turkey, the mashed potatoes, all this stuff. But it's not breaking the bank, and you're sharing it with people you love. You're not buying gifts for people you barely know that you know, gift cards for places they probably don't even go, smiling in these fucking people's faces, giving some relative snot-nosed kid a fucking monster truck that he's never gonna fucking play with. Listen, I'm a Christmas hater. I'm sorry to say. I'm letting it out right now. I love spending time with the family. Love that. I just think the corporations, all right, are capitalizing way too much on Christmas. It's way too normalized to buy gifts for people that aren't in your immediate family, in your immediate circle, your mother, your father, your woman, your kids. Those people, or your grandparents as well, if they're still kicking, those people should get gifts. But if you think, goddamn, I'm buying like someone else's kid Christmas gifts, you ain't getting shit, kid. Nothing. I don't give a fuck what they got me because I'm never going to use it because it's like a fucking card with a $20 bill. And now I gotta say thank you? I'm sounding like a terrible person. I'm sorry. It's not that I'm ungrateful. It's just more about, you know, I like a holiday that's about the people. It's about spending time together and enjoying your family. It's not about what you got. That's my problem with Christmas. It's about how much you spend. It's about what you got. It's about Amazon deals, fucking Best Buy, Walmart, all these fucking companies, Black Friday deals. What are you getting for Black Friday? Because you know what they do. You know what they do? Say something's $20, all right? Couple weeks before Black Friday, they're raising that thing to $30. And then once the deal comes, maybe it's like $18. But they're advertising it as if that you're getting this large deal. You ain't getting no large deal. You think these fucking maybe back in the 90s, where a company could think, well, maybe if we sell something for less than it's worth, even though we're technically losing, the people will come back. That may have been a thought back in the day when I was first spawned into existence, before my memory bank even started turning. But that ain't happening anymore. Jeff Bezos he's not taking a loss in anything. That dude is a monster. He will literally grab your child, hold him upside down, shake him as the nickels fall out of his pockets just for an extra 45 cents. He doesn't give a fuck. All right, I don't know who the CEO of Walmart is, but I'm willing to bet that if he got a key to your house, he'd find a way. He'd turn the key, he'd come in the middle of the night. All right, just as you gave $5 to one of your kids for the tooth fairy. And he would reach under the pillow and steal the $5. But right as he's stealing it, the kid wakes up, starts screaming. So now he's forced to take a chloroform rag, put it over your kid's face, tie it up, put it in the closet. All right, I'm lost my mind.